Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a Team of the Season David Villa player review. Part of the MLS All-Stars, the Spaniard is 92 rated on FUTWIZ 17 and has some pretty awesome stats of 84 pace, 92 dribbling and 95 shooting. He has high-low work rates and is 5'9", of course, but the best bit about him, in my opinion, is the combo of 4-star skill moves and that awesome 5-star weak foot. So you could put him into a couple of different teams. I would probably suggest to go away from the MLS route because there are some stronger players if you choose his nation, such as Spain, like we've got on screen right now. And then this is the squad that I actually used him in. We do have a little bit of MLS going on there, but is of course the end of an era SBC items in Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. And then the rest of the team is sort of very strong Premier League players that really just creates one hell of a team on the game. So in terms of in-game stats for David Villa, well, he's had an SBC item, a FUT birthday item, and a couple of informs as well this year, so I was definitely expecting some big things. I think he looks really good, even just on the basic chemistry style. Lots of good acceleration and stuff like that. But it was the Hawk chemistry style that I decided to opt for today, just because it boosts that pace even more, which is probably the most necessary area of his game to boost, because of course he doesn't have the same pace or as much pace as that FUT birthday item, because of course that is like a throwback to a previous item in a previous game, whereas the 84 pace that Villa has at this point is down to, you know, the upgrades that he's received throughout the year and all of that good stuff. So moving on into the clips, we can talk about positives and negatives for the Spaniard, and the two that sort of stand out to me in terms of the negatives are the fact that from time to time I would say Villa just felt like a little bit sluggish, not the most agile, not the greatest of balance, that sort of thing. Like, his stats are alright in that department, around sort of 84, 85 for both stats, but at this point in the game when there's so many like crazy players out there, it just does feel a little bit sluggish from time to time, and I think some of that might also be linked to the fact that he's not absolutely rapid, 98, 99 pace, that sort of thing. He's got that 84 pace on his item to begin with. And then his strength, again, in a similar vein, like it's around the low 70s to mid 80s, which is probably lacking somewhat at this point in the game. There's lots of centre-backs that you're coming up against that literally have 99 strength by default, and David Villa just won't be able to compete against them in a physical battle, and that could definitely be a problem. But those are the negatives. There are more positives than negatives for this Spaniard, because he's actually a fun player to use, and there are certain aspects of his game which make him like absolutely fantastic to just play with on FIFA 17. One of those aspects is his first touch. He's got really solid ball control. He takes that ball in perfectly and actually gets it out of his feet nice and quickly, which helps him to either distribute or line up a long shot straight away, or whatever it is, like, or almost just take that ball in his stride as he's running. I was a fan of that, that's for sure. And alongside that, I have no problems or issues whatsoever with this player's positioning. Even though he's not the quickest player on the game, just by being in the right space at the right time, like he'll earn space against the defenders. He'll make room for himself just because, well, he's already there. He's on that last shoulder of the defender, and he's pulled away a little bit and got through. The through ball has been perfect, and he's already strides away from the defender, and there's wiggle room there for the defenders to catch him up. But if he's already given himself a head start, he's most likely to get away with it and earn the shot and potentially score the goal. Now, the final few positives for David Villa, well, the first couple that we're going to talk about here are the skill moves and the weak foot. So having 4-star skill moves on this game literally gives you a slight edge, and is such a jump up from 3-star skills in my opinion, just because Berber spins and chops are a great way to earn extra space on this game, and we were talking about how Villa already earns that just by being well positioned, but it's another way that he can get away from the defenders. Now, having a 5-star weak foot, that is completely and utterly game changing for this player, because The defenders just have no clue whatsoever about which foot you're going to take your shot on with David Villa, and it's always been what I love most about the Spaniard. On every single FIFA that he's had the 5-star weak foot, I just think he's a next level striker of the ball. He can hit that ball so very well, and that is the final positive, that his shooting is just out of this world. He's got 95 shot on his item. We boosted that with the Hawk chemistry style, of course. So the long shot ability, the shot power, the finishing, the curve, the accuracy, it's all there. Just get the ball with him and take shots from distance. With either foot, you're going to have a fun time. You're going to score some goals. So there you have it, guys. That is my review on the team of the season, David Villa, the MLS All-Star David Villa. He's a great player that, for me, even though he doesn't quite have the pace of the foot birthday item, is just a next level in terms of quality. Hopefully you now know whether or not he's right for your ultimate team. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.